Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. I did want to do a quick TA on AMC just to see like the next step where we're actually headed. Came to the bathroom a bit early, so I figured I might as well just do a video for you guys and stuff. I am gonna start doing these. What is it called? I am gonna start doing these. I'm gonna start doing these TAs from scratch because I know how you guys requested that I start doing them from scratch, and just kind of talk over, let you guys know what I'm doing and what exactly, how I set my price zones, what I look at as far as indicators go and stuff like that. So I think, as of right now, I'll keep doing these just because you guys requested the longer ones, especially when doing like the more popular tickers. So I think I'll be doing that from now on. So yeah, right now I'm just starting to actually, set up these resistance and support lines, which I'm basically using the wicks, or the more wicks that I see in a specific spot, the more chances of me actually placing a support or resistance line there. So I'll show you guys right now. All these wicks that I place here, it's because this top one I placed because there's a wick here, and then they cross over to the wick here. The second line is because there's a wick here, there's a wick here. I actually don't tend to use current prices, so this candle right here, I wouldn't use this wick just because this candle hasn't officially closed on the week. So I'm on the week chart, which means that we still have obviously a couple more days till this closes. So I'm not going to be using this specific candle and this wick as a place setter for these price resistance, right? So we do see this wick and this wick, and I tend to put it right where they both touch. So I'll go down this wick and see when the next touch actually happens, and it's right there. The next one is actually going to be here, and then it touches this wick right there, so that's where I placed it. The next wick I see down is this one, but I already used this wick, so I'm not going to really use this one anymore. This one, there's nothing else that crosses over here for this wick at the $7.91 line. Down here, I'm going to go down until I see another wick, which is right here, right there. And I think there's possibly another wick right here, like a very tiny one, but it doesn't really cross over with this wick, so I'm not really going to use it. So this wick, and I'm using this wick together. And then also down here, I'm going to be using this wick and this wick, right? And then down here, I'm using these two wicks that are touching right there. And then we'll put another one down around this level because there's 3 wicks touching right there, right? So we'll put it right there. And you guys know that I don't like going back too far, just because it doesn't really make a lot of sense to really go back all that far, as far as as far as placing support and resistance line, right? So there's one wick right here. And it actually hits this wick right there. So I'm like, you know what? I'll put another wick right there for this one. Set it right there, and then already we have our price and resistance zones, right? Obviously AMC has started to make more gaps, starting from the 7 line, 9 line, 12, and then all the way to 17. So it does look like right now, it's the thing is though, we have a huge what is it called? We have we had this huge run up from when, like from back in January, and we hit the highs of like almost $20, right? And then we had this huge gap between $12.85, which it actually just got filled recently. So around this level, it actually just got filled. And there's another smaller gap that got created between $11.84 and $11.41 on the day. So, we'll place another rectangle here just so you guys know that I am a big believer of gaps always get filled. So we'll do this, we'll set it there. As of right now, that gap hasn't been filled yet. I actually think it has been filled already. I think we're down at 12.10 current price for AMC. So it might be getting filled pre-market. I'm not 100% sure, but as of right now, as how it stands, I am bearish towards at least the minimum $11.36, just because you guys know I'm a big believer of gaps always get filled, right? So immediately I'm already bearish. But just looking at quick sentiments here, like it does look like on the week chart, we are still bullish. On the day chart, we are looking at actually breaking that bullish sentiment on AMC, and we're going bearish. The thing is though, last time we broke this, we actually went from last time we wrote this, we went highs of here, and then the lowest part was actually, we'll do this. Lowest price was, we went down $3 in the span of 4 days, right? So I think that once we do cross on the day chart, we might have like a similar rally downwards, another $3 from tops. But we actually haven't even crossed the day MACD yet. I am bearish on what is it called, on AMC for now, because I do think we are about to do a big crossover on the bearish side and kind of go down from there, right? But another way to look at this is last time we actually went down on the 4 hour on this, like around this area for the MACD, we actually went down from peak highs of $9 and whatever cents, and the lowest price was, I think I'm basically doing the same thing. Yeah, lowest price was, we went down $4.65 in 7 days. So we actually just crossed on the 4 hour. We'll do a forecast. Peaks 13. So we'll do for like 4 days or so, right? I'll look it up right now. So 4 days we went down $4 and like 80 something cents. 4 days, yeah. We did $4.65. So we'll go up like, whatever, 60 cents. That's close enough. So, as of right now, after this 4 hour cross, after this 4 hour bearish cross on the MACD down here, it is looking like we, if we respect previous MACD, like that bearish flow, it does look like the next stop for AMC is going to be back to like $9 or so within the next 4 days, which is what, like Friday, by end of Friday. So I think by end of Friday we might see, we might see $8.73, which kind of sucks because, I mean, for the most part, all indicators are pointing to to bearish, basically. I mean, we tried crossing over on the bullish side here. It just kind of traded sideways and then just dumped all the way down. Let's see, and then just kept dumping and stuff. So I do think that as of right now, it does look like we are going to be going, not completely bearish, but it does look like we're going to be going bearish. And I think we're going to be creating new, what is it called? We're basically creating market structure right now. That's the thing. We are creating market structure. You guys can see it right here, especially on the day chart. I mean, it's kind of easy to tell. I'll show it to you guys. This is called market structure, right? Like we'll go from, it's a horrible trend line, right? Let me take that off. But you guys can see, right, the market structure. It's right here. Lower, we created a lower low, a higher low, lower high, higher high, and then we might create a lower high down here, which is the area, like, which is this like trajectory there. So we either bounce from here or we actually bounce down in like the where I just previously showed you guys, where the forecasts were. So let's see if I can bring those forecasts back up. Can I bring them back up? Oh, that sucks. I don't think I can actually. That's fine. But this is perfect market structure right here, right? So the lows, highs, lower highs, higher highs, and then the lower highs again. And I think as of right now, there's a really solid chance that we go back to $10 and like 94 cents, at least this area, and then kind of bounce from here and go upwards, right? Just looking at market structure, I think. But it does depend on how bearish happens when we go with this day cross on the MACD, which is the very, very important part, right? If we do cross on the bearish side, how long is it going to last? Last time it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, last time it was about 6 days when we crossed, when we had that full-fledged move down, right? So I mean, are we gonna have another 6 full days of being bearish, and we're gonna have that full down? If that's the case, you know, we're gonna be bearish up until the next week, right? We're gonna be bearish up until next week, maybe mid next week. But as of right now, I am pretty. It depends on today. I do think we're going to cross downward. We're going to fill this gap. And more than likely, we're probably going to go all the way back down to like $9.40. That's what I'm thinking. I might be wrong, but it does, you know, just looking at TA, straight TA, it does look like we're going to be going back down to $9.43. I mean, just looking at straight TA, right? We can definitely bounce off this level and shoot all the way up. Or we could bounce down, close here, and then go all the way down to 943. So, which is not exactly nice, or not exactly what I would want to happen, because that would mean that the whole market is going to keep going down, right? So we can either do this, right? I think there's going to be two scenarios here. We can either do that, or the next step is actually going to be filling this gap today. We're going to fill this gap today, more than likely. But if we do close on the bottom of that $12.14 under this resistance right here, or under the support, right? We break support and we go down. I do think the next step is us going all the way down to $9.43, and I think it's gonna happen, you know, before, you know, next, like mid next week, sometime around mid next week, because that's usually when that. I think it took like how many days for it to actually go down like that? It took. After we crossed that 4-hour MACD, it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it took 44 hours for it to actually happen. A trading day, how long is 44 hours on a trading day? I mean, I think we'll just go on the day, right? But let me see. Take how many days? Let me see how many days did it take. One, 2, 3. It took about 3 days for us to actually hit peak lows, but that was actually before that we were actually going down. So I think we're already starting that trend line down, and I think we have another couple days to actually see what's going to happen to hit those peak lows. So as of right now, I do think that it's more plausible that we're actually going to go down to 943 as opposed to up to $17.29, which is that next huge what is it called? It's that next huge top, right? There's a small. I think we still do have this. I think we still have another support here at 1450 on the day chart. But as far as any, so this can definitely. Move this out of the way. So I think we can definitely go back and hit these tops. Do I think this is actually gonna happen? Not really, right? Like, I don't really think we're gonna go back and hit these tops of $14.50. It's very unlikely, especially with, you know, the 4-hour already breaking towards the bearish side, and then on the stochastic creating tops. And then on the hour, again, I mean, it seems like every single time it breaks towards the bullish side, it just keeps going all the way down. It doesn't even, the bear trend lasts for maybe like, what, 3-4 hours, right? So it doesn't really last all that long. And on the week chart, we're still relatively bullish, which is pretty great, to be honest, just to look at. Month chart, we're still pretty bullish. There's no reason to be bearish on the month chart at all. But, you know, on the day chart, it does look like we're gonna break towards the bearish area. And then, like I said, last time we were in bear market for like 8 days or so. So I do think as of right now, it looks like we're gonna be filling this gap and then possibly dipping all the way down to $9.50-ish and creating new market structure. See, which is the bottom here, and then it's going to be the new bottom here, and then we'll probably shoot up like that. But we'll see. There really is only two scenarios right now. Either we bounce up to 1446, which I think is very, very, very unlikely to actually happen. I think there's like maybe like a 20% chance of that actually happening. And then there's actually the The more likely situation, which I think is going to happen, which is the second scenario, and we go all the way down to 943 after we fill in this gap in the $11 range, right? 11.50. So I think that's going to be the more likely situation. Statistically, I think there's like maybe like an 80% chance of us actually dipping all the way down to 943 as opposed to running up to 14.50, because it doesn't really make that much sense, especially on the consensus that everything is looking bearish right now, right? So it would have to have some crazy run up out of nowhere to actually hit 14.50. So yeah, I think if I had to take a wild guess on AMC, I would think that we're gonna be going down to 943, and after filling that $11.50-ish gap. So I'll see you guys later.